This is head coach of the LA Lakers, Luke Walton. You're listening to The Popcorn Machine on Lakers.com.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to The Popcorn Machine on Lakers.com. Joey Ramirez here, joined by another special guest, Brook Lopez, a.k.a. Brookie the Wookie 11.
That's right.
Brooke, how does it feel to have the best IG handle in the NBA?
Wow, that's a big honor, but, I'm just proud to be representing what I love. What can I say?
So, obviously you love Star Wars, you love Disney, you love pretty much everything in that little realm.
Yeah.
Star Wars, when it comes time for December, are you going to be watching every trailer leading up to it? How do you approach this?
You know what, actually, I don't watch the trailers.
No, you going blind?
Yeah, I prefer to go in blind, keep everything fresh, because I feel like trailers nowadays, just not even just Star Wars, but everything in general, they show so much, and they're always showing more and more clips on your Twitters and Instagrams and everything. Like, any way they can get content out, obviously. Obviously they're trying to advertise, but they're just putting so much of the movie out now. I just got to a point where I was like, all right, I can't watch any of this stuff anymore. I just want to go in and formulate my own opinion myself and keep it spoiler free. Yeah,
see, I tried to do that for Spider-Man, but then if you go to a movie and you want to get a good seat, you have to get there early, and they're going to show you trailers. And like you're saying, they show like so many scenes now.
You can put together the movies now without even watching them. It's like bizarre. I mean, obviously they want to like get the one up and leg up on the competition, but it's just so much. I feel like it's so overdone now.
Yeah. How are we feeling about Last Jedi? Do you think who do you think Rey's parents are?
I'm going into it. I'm a little. I'll be cautiously optimistic at this point. Yeah.
I like Rian Johnson's work, so I think he'll be.
He'll
do a good job with that. Speaking of Star Wars, Disney, all of that, I got to ask you, as a kid who grew up probably 15 minutes from Disneyland, is Disneyland better than Disney World, or is one of the foreign parks better?
I'd go with Disneyland every time.
Okay,
it's the best. Obviously, it's the original. Walt was obviously there through the whole planning process there, the first 10 years, walking around the park, and you can tell that he's intrinsically a part of it. His DNA is still there, and, it's a special place in that regard. And then you look at it, I think it did so much growing just for 60 years. I mean, for probably 45 years being the only park on property, they had to put everything into that one park.
Right.
And so it's so filled to the brim with fantastic things to do. There's so many different headliners. You can go there and definitely won't get bored.
Yeah, see, I've always thought that they should put in a third park because there's so many, so crowded around there. But I mean, 2's pretty good.
No, I'd love a third gate, no question. That'd be a dream of mine, absolutely. I'm always like blue sky thinking of what they could do next, but I do think there's a charm to there being so much in that one park as opposed to when you look at Disney World, everything's spread out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And there's not as many headliners in one park and so on. But yeah, again, I'd love to have a new park.
Do you have your annual pass yet?
I do. Not yet. I've had it. Yeah, I've been prepared for this moment.
Wait, so you had it before you moved to LA?
I did, yeah.
Oh, man.
I had it's like a premier pass, so it's Orlando and
what? I didn't know they sold those.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, get on it. Check that out.
So I'm taking my girlfriend. Our anniversary is this Sunday. We're going to Disneyland.
Yeah.
What is the most romantic spot I can take her in Disneyland?
Most romantic spot you can take her in Disneyland? I need to ask her next week. All right. I'm going to say, if you can get that balcony viewing of Fantasmic in New Orleans Square.
That's solid, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty legit.
Yeah, and I heard they revamped it recently.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, so you get to see the new Fantasmic, have a good, nice dinner up there. I think if you really want, we can set up sort of like earpiece communication. I can be talking in the air. We can give her a lot of fun facts and everything like that during the show, and I'll try to help you out as much as possible. But you seem like a good guy. I think you'll be all right.
No, I'm definitely requesting that. I think one of my dreams is to play at the basketball court in the Matterhorn.
Oh, man, me too.
That's probably not going to happen for me, but you're an NBA player.
I know, and so I always push stuff like this. Like, part of this podcast, make sure everyone take note. Let them know Brook Lopez wants to play on that basketball court in the Matterhorn. Bring Joey along and get a little 2-on-2 game going.
Okay, well, so I would assume me and you against Robin, and who's going to give Robin in this 2-on-2 matchup?
Who do you think we should bring? Should we bring one of my teammates? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah.
Should we just bring Zoe or
Ooh, yeah.
But
then
you have to match up with Zoe though.
Yeah, no matter who I match up with, it's a mismatch.
Maybe we can find his podcast, online media content correspondent.
No,
in
Chicago.
I'll
take on Zoe. I feel good about
I like
this.
the confidence. That's all I need.
We can take that mic that we're going to use for my date, and then we can diagram plays on the fly.
Exactly.
We got good communication. I like this.
I like where we're going.
How you like stuff so far?
Oh, it's been so fantastic being back out here. And just getting to know Zoe. It's really been exciting. Obviously, getting to know him playing on the court and seeing how he thinks, how high basketball IQ he has for a player at his position and experience, let alone just in general.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal, and it was such a treat and pleasure getting to see him play in Summer League, where I thought he elevated the team we had out there just so high.
Mm-hmm. Now, you've played with a lot of point guards in your career, and most of them, I think, have been veteran guys. Mm-hmm. What is it like seeing a 19-year-old come in here and have the skills that he already has?
Yeah, it's really amazing. He impressed me with something new every day. And, I'm just so thrilled to get on the court with him and kind of learn on the fly. We've already kind of talked about where he likes to throw the ball, where I like receiving it, stuff like that in the pick and roll. Just continuing to grow that relationship and really making it a special bond where it'll translate onto the court and obviously lead to success.
Yeah, and it seems like, at least publicly, he's more of a quieter guy, but when he's around you guys, he's dancing around, he's having some good times. What's he like, as a person so far that you can tell?
Yeah, he's fantastic. Hilarious guy. And like you said, I've always fancied myself as an introvert, but when you're around the guys, chilling in the locker room, it's a lot of guys, they're kind of in their comfort zone.
Yeah.
So, they definitely open up, it's a brotherhood for us. And I can speak to being new here, coming in, and guys being so welcoming into our fraternity. It's been a fantastic experience.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like at the forefront of that, obviously, is Luke Walton, whose MO from day one last year was, we're going to build a culture where guys like to come in and hang out and do work together as a team.
Yeah.
Do you feel that sense of, this is an established kind of environment?
I do. Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely get the sense that that's the intent. And, even going out through our workouts today, we had a little conditioning test, and just to see guys the way they were cheering each other on, pushing each other to new heights, new levels, you really got the idea that these guys were all about each other and everyone was all in it.
So I read up on you. You were a high school volleyball star. Luke and Judd Bushler are big beach volleyball players. Are we going to see you out in Manhattan Beach?
So I've talked to both of them about this. I was a middle blocker in high school. I don't know if I was a star. I was on
just reporting the facts, man.
I love it. I don't even got to do my own work. I don't have to do my leg work. But I let my game speak for itself on the court. And if whatever position Luke needs me in, whether it's on the hardwood, in the sand, wherever, I'm there. I'm working. I'm going to get it done for him.
So you are planning on going to play with him?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If you're playing twos, do you pick Judd or do you pick Luke?
Oh my God.
This is
I kind of have to pick Luke, right? I want playing time in volleyball and basketball. That's key.
You could kill it in the summer league, though, if you and Judd team up.
Right, that's true. That's true, actually. I didn't think about summer league ball.
Richard Jefferson says that playing beach volleyball really helped revamp his career. I wonder if do you see any science behind that?
I definitely get the merit. In high school, we had a lot of our basketball players who did volleyball just for the specific plyometric training, the sort of everything that goes into being a volleyball player. It definitely translates onto the basketball court as well. And I can see sand being the same way, obviously training in the sand.
Yeah.
And to that effect, no question.
So I also saw that your mom was an accomplished swimmer, tried out for the Olympic team back in her day, went to Stanford.
Yeah.
You guys never thought about being swimmers? You guys are pretty tall, but...
So, I played water polo in middle school.
Okay.
All my friends played water polo and they were swimmers. So I was a whole man. I think they call it 2-meter man now, but back in my day, I was a whole man. We even had a little alley-oop kind of play, but for water polo.
Oh, okay.
But my oldest brother did swimming. He tried swimming once. He was great, so good at it. But he did one official event, and I think he was doing the fly. It was like maybe the 100 or 200 fly or something like that. And he was winning the race, crushing the other guys, but he got disqualified because he didn't touch with two hands at the end.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
So he was like, forget this, I'm not doing this.
That was it?
Yeah.
He was crushing the other guys and he quit because of the two-hand rule.
Yeah, he was like, forget that.
That seems odd. You wouldn't quit after every foul that you've committed.
No, but I guess that just, I mean, he was younger. He wasn't it's not like he was like Olympic level. It was like, this is it. But no, he was younger, And so, I mean, it worked for me. I mean, I grew up idolizing him, and I've been a gym rat all my life because I've been going to his basketball games and practices and stuff. So I think of that, he chose the right sport.
So is he the one, the reason why you wear number 11?
No, actually, my brother always wore 42 because he wore 42, and I wore 11 because the point guard he played with in high school on his traveling team, Art Lee, he went to Stanford as well, and he was a huge role model of mine. He wore 11.
Oh, man, okay.
Yeah.
My research was off. I thought that was your brother.
Yeah, no, Robin wears Alex's number.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Stanford, how was that? I know Mark Madsen speaks glowingly of his days at Stanford.
Of course. How could you not speak glowingly of the farm?
Oh, man.
And it's a beautiful thing here. We got not just at Stanford, but a great Pac-10 contingent. When you look around, lots of representation, Arizona, UCLA even, but it's a good group. Yeah, I mean, we got Coos, Utah, Pac-12, so we're representing old, new, like everything in between. It's cool, I think that's pretty fresh because when you're around the league, it's a lot just East Coast, ACC, all the big whatever, SEC, whatever I said already. Like it's just all right, guys, give the West some love, and so it's cool to see that here.
Yeah, I didn't even realize how many Pac-12 guys we got. I know we got a lot of U of A guys. Just they're running the show here.
Oh no, they're all over here. Yeah.
When it comes to this offseason, what was your main focus transitioning out of Brooklyn into LA?
I just wanted to come into this situation in my best shape, position, whatever possible. I wanted to be able to step on the floor come opening night and show the Laker fans what I'm capable of doing and help the team just in whatever means necessary, by whatever means necessary. And, I think it's more for me just a mental mindset than anything. I've been working hard on the court, in the weight room and everything, of course, but just being mentally prepared to step up from day one.
And how do you go about changing your mental mindset? Is it just something that you flip a switch, or is it something you have to work on?
I don't know if it's something you need to work on, it's not necessarily like mental exercises or anything like that, but just it's constantly there in the back of my mind, just preparing, being mentally ready, and just focusing on what we want to do as a team, what I want to do personally, and our goals here, and being on the court and being productive as a unit.
And then physically, the Lakers have a new strength coach, Gunnar Peterson. Obviously, it's a new city for you, or I guess not a new city. You're originally from North Hollywood,
right?
But a new city in terms of the NBA for you. So what, between Gunnar and the new facility and just coming into a new place, what has been the difference in the way you physically approached this season?
Gunnar's been fantastic. Just looking at him dealing with the players and obviously dealing with myself as well. He's top of the line, tops in the league. And, they've been preaching a lot just conditioning wherever we are, whether it's on the court or in the weight room. And you obviously can see that reflective in his workouts. And, to his credit, he's been giving us great workouts. He's a great motivator, great educator as well as to why we're doing these things as opposed to, just do these things. And really giving us understanding and reasoning behind everything. But, you obviously got to credit, the players and my teammates as well, who have completely bought in 100%. And they're in there working their butts off, working their tails off every day. And again, it's another way just that you see a bond form between everyone, just being in there, working in the weight room constantly, sweating, getting it in, pushing each other to be the best players, best whatever we can be. Right,
yeah. And Gunnar, he's got a lot of energy too.
Yeah, absolutely. He and Josh, they just pile on top of that. Audie, everyone, It's really, it's such a great environment to be in. And, it's hard not to work when you're in there because you just get up for it.
Mm-hmm. We touched on you growing up in North Hollywood. Obviously, you guys were a big Showtime Lakers family. Mm-hmm. What do you remember about those days when you think about looking back on your childhood?
Man, it's just it's such a dorky, like geeky moment for me.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, but just like, I don't think I'd ever actually met Magic before. He's one of the players I never met before, but that's like my top favorite player all time, and just meeting him for the first time, that was like a true geek moment for me.
Yeah.
Like little Brook, like meeting Magic Johnson, like that's insane. But, to
And you met him at the Forum, or?
No. I mean,
Oh,
here,
you mean
yeah,
wow. So you didn't meet him until you.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like So that's like again, little Brook, losing it on the inside, but trying to be cool, which isn't very cool. Which my cool is not very cool.
Was there ever a little Brook, or was he always just Big Brook?
Well, I mean, he was always Big Brook, but for the sake of our story, we're talking about inner little Brook.
Got you.
But just to be a part of that Laker tradition, it's really a dream come true. Mm-hmm. And when I look around, even looking at this little media background and seeing the Laker logo in purple and gold, it's still a trip for me.
Mm-hmm. What was your first impressions of Magic? Obviously, it's a guy you know your entire life, and he does have he's Magic Johnson.
Yeah, no, so I was clearly tripping mentally, but. It was cool. A few days later, I got to sit with him and kind of watch the guys going through some 3-on-3, 5-on-5, and some personal workouts, and just to see the way he thinks the game and kind of would views every possession, like where this guy needs to be, what this guy's doing right. It was so cool to see how he actually sees and visualizes the game and hear him say, explain these things firsthand to me.
Yeah. So I know Robin's middle name is Byron after Byron Scott. How come your middle name isn't Irvin?
I have to ask my mom about that, honestly. But my middle name, I'll give it to her. It's Robert, after my grandfather.
Okay, that's solid.
Yeah, exactly. And my grandfather, obviously a huge influence in my life growing up. But yeah, Grandpa Bob, he was offered to play in the NBA. He got an invitation to play in the NBA when it first formed, joined up, and he respectfully declined it because they didn't pay enough at the time.
The NBA didn't pay enough at the time.
Yeah,
That's
and so
crazy.
he kept his real job, to support his family.
What was his real job? Do you know?
He actually worked for a little bit. What is it? Not Alan Bradley. That's Tron. Bradley. BMO, Harris, Bradley, but Bradley Center in Milwaukee.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. Like that Bradley company is where he worked. I think it was Steel, maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Milwaukee Steel. That sounds about right.
Yeah. So that's where he was.
I like that your brain went right to Tron though.
Yeah, I know immediately. Alan Bradley.
Do you prefer
Tron,
the original or the second one?
I'm a huge original Tron guy. My Facebook text tones, the end of line.
That's awesome. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but actually I didn't mind the new Tron at time.
I really liked it visually.
Yeah.
And the Daft Punk really killed it with the music.
And so I was waiting for I'm waiting for the third one. They announced it, of course, after. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Finally, at the end, Rinsler, you see him fall in the sea of simulation, and his lights go from orange to white. You're like, okay, he's finally gonna be. Spoiler alert! He's finally gonna be Tron again. And then okay, so the third movie, Tron's gonna be better, and then it's just kind of been sitting there. But I'm still waiting. I'm waiting. Hopefully, the Tron coaster in Shanghai, and when they move it to Orlando, hopefully that generates more interest and they get more backing. They finally get that.
That's such a great idea, the Tron coaster.
Oh, it's awesome. It's so cool.
I know World of Color, they once did a Tron thing that went around the world.
That was pretty cool. That was cool too. Yeah.
Got some quick hits for you, Brook. Best Disney animated movie.
Oh, my go-to's always been 101 Dalmatians. That's my favorite.
Really? Interesting. Why that?
I just liked it growing up. I don't know. It was my thing. It was re-released when I was little, and it must have been literally when I was 2 or something like that, 1990. But it was re-released in theaters, and I remember going, and I loved it. And I've always wanted a Dalmatian, but I've never had a dog.
I mean, you could get one.
I could, but my mom's always like, Brooke, you're always on the road all the time. No one can take care of it. And so I have my cat. And it's been like that my whole life. We've always been on the road for basketball or whatever, because we have 4 brothers. So we've always been a cat family, just with that.
How about live action Disney?
Live action? That's hard. That's really hard. There's so many good ones to choose. It's hard not to go with like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea or something like that.
Yeah,
like just
that's
classic.
a deep cut. Wow.
Yeah, classic. It's a deep cut nowadays. It shouldn't be a deep cut. Fantastic movie. Fantastic movie. I'll try to stick away from like super deep cuts.
Okay. I mean, you can give me whatever you want. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, I'll take it.
No. I love 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, but I'll say, and this is a definitely more popular pick, but I'd go Mary Poppins.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I was expecting.
Yeah, absolute classic, absolute classic. And I'm very nervous about this new Mary Poppins.
Yeah, it's interesting that they're.
Yeah.
But I like Lin-Manuel Miranda. So
I know, I do too. Yeah. I do too. I kind of want them to just let Mary Poppins be its own thing.
I mean, that's just the movies these days. They're just bringing back old properties.
Yeah, I know. I'd love for Mary Poppins just to stay existing on its own thing, because it's literally practically perfect in every way, like they say in the movie. Yeah. And it's such a special movie. I don't know. When you really get deeper into it and everything, there's so many like cool things you normally wouldn't think about. But So Mary Poppins is definitely a good choice.
Okay. How about Star Wars?
Star Wars? Yeah. Return of the Jedi has always been my personal
Really?
favorite.
Not Empire? Okay.
Well, that's the thing. Like I could go back and forth between Empire and Return of the Jedi all day, and obviously the original Star Wars too. But yeah, you can't go wrong with that initial trilogy.
And then, are you a Marvel guy too, or?
I'm a DC guy myself, but I know the Marvel stuff. Like I'm a comic book guy, so I know like Marvel as well.
All right, well then I'll open up to Marvel or DC. Which I guess comic book movie?
I'd say movieverse. I'd absolutely say Marvel.
Okay.
DC's obviously struggled with it. I loved Wonder Woman. I thought Wonder Woman was fantastic. Yeah, but I'd definitely go Marvel movie-wise.
And you got a top one out of the cinematic universe?
Oh, the Marvel cinematic universe? I'd probably go with the initial Guardians.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That was a solid one.
I really liked the initial Guardians. Didn't like the second Guardians.
No?
But I really liked the initial Guardians. Loved the first Iron Man. Captain America, first Captain America, pretty good.
Avengers?
I feel like Thor movies are underrated.
Really? Yeah. I consider them overrated.
Yeah?
I gotta
I like the first Thor, and then I'm excited for the new one.
The new one looks good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Avenger movies, first one's pretty good. Second one,
yeah. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that you're back in LA, final thing for you. Now you're back in LA. Anything that you want to do here in the city that you're looking forward to?
I don't know about one thing I'm like looking forward to thinking of. When I first got back here, my older brother Chris and I, we went to Western World, like Westworld or whatever, like the Gene Autry Museum, kind of out by the zoo. And we hadn't been there in years. Like it was just one of the things we like thought about, like when we were younger, like we would always go do. And so we went to Westworld. The Gene Autry Museum's so cool. Like a lot of old Western, cowboy, Native American art and artifacts, as well, and antiques, as well as like movie memorabilia.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and so it's a very cool collection there.
You said Westworld, and I thought like HBO.
Right, the show. Yeah. No, like it was Western World or whatever it used to be called. But yeah, the Gene Autry Museum. Yeah, and then I've been meaning to get back to the Getty Museum as well.
Oh, that place
I
is
love
so
the
cool.
Getty, and
I just love the tram up there.
Yeah, right. Even that, yeah. Like I grew up going to like the old Getty Villa, and then like obviously the new. Well, it's not the new Getty, but yeah, the new Getty too, and everything. And so I need to get back there. I've been since I got back.
I mean, all these public places. I'm sure you get a lot of Laker fans coming up to you.
Yeah, and it's so cool. Like it shouldn't have caught me off guard at first because again I'm from California, but just coming back, like the support's been nothing short of phenomenal, and to see how much your average Laker fan knows and how many of them there are, it's just awesome. It's so cool.
Well, when you go to Disneyland, you're going to get swarmed. So
I've realized that. I've been back there.
You can't really hide.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll own up to it. I'm hanging out in Disney. I got Laker fans supporting me. Pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, good life. Right. All right, Brooke, thanks for joining us. I'm Joey Ramirez. That's Brook Lopez. Thanks for listening to the Popcorn Machine.
Oh, did he put Person in the Popcorn Machine?
Yeah, Person ran